Alright everybody, what's up? I've decided to try to put our fixed qualifying videos all into one this week. So I'm going to start with a 358 and then probably move to the limited late model and on to the UMP and then the super, and try to make it all one video. Hopefully it works out. I got a lot of new stuff going on here, so hopefully the audio is good, or at least decent until I'm gonna get a separate microphone. But in the video, I'm trying to see if this bottom left corner is not gonna block anything. I know the bottom right corner kind of blocks some stuff in the truck, so trying that different. But yeah, so let's see how all this works out. I know I worked on some of the lighting on the video, but it still isn't quite where it needs to be. I'll get that worked out over time. But let's jump into our 358 at Williams Grove this week, my favorite track. So should be a pretty simple one. We're gonna be on the bottom. Most likely either way. Just roll it easy around the bottom. Even when it's tacky, you're going to need to, roll the throttle, ease into the corner. You don't want to drive in there and get it sideways and kill all the momentum. So let's jump in here and cut a couple laps, and then we'll move on to the limited late model. Alright, so here we are in our 358. We're going to jump out here. Track's on 15%. I think even if the track starts at a different state, you're going to have enough down here to roll the bottom. So that's where we're going to be either way. But like always, you're going to want to keep this car nice and straight, not get it bogged down. You get a good run coming to the flag. Nice and straight off. I bogged it down a little bit too much in the middle there, but still not a bad lap. We'll go one more. See if we can do any better. See if we carry a little bit more momentum off this corner. Nah, we lost a little bit there. That might have been a little bit better, but we still kind of evened out. Give up a little bit getting in, or gain a little bit getting in.
089.
But that's gonna be your 358 at Williams Grove this weekend. If the track's slick, you may have to baby it a little bit more getting in. But that's about it for the 358, I believe. We'll go back and look at the lap real quick. Actually, hold on. I don't know which lap. I did 2 laps there. Okay, so let's rewind. Oh, too far. Alright, it's coming to the green. I bogged it down a little bit too much right there. I should have got a straight run down off. I really didn't get a great entry into there, but you get somewhere down in that range. You just had to practice a little bit and be able to roll that bottom and make the throttle work smooth with you, however you drive the car. These things are a little bit lazy on turn in compared to driving a late model anyways. This second lap was the better of the two. I got it a little bit lower down here, that's part of it, and a little bit smoother in 1 and 2, but that's it. So alright, there's the 358. Let's jump out and move on to the limited late model right quick at Fairbury, I think. Alright y'all, we're in the limited late model now. at Fairbury. This is going to be a toughie this week. You got a lot of different lanes that can be fast here at different times depending on your track state. So I'm gonna, right now I set the track on 20% because I know a lot of the limited races that I've run, the track state's been higher starting out. So we're on 20%. It's close right now, but the best thing that I can find is the bottom, pretty low bottom in 1 and 2, and then drive it in a little bit higher into 3 and 4 and let it run across those bumps. And once it sets from those bumps, then you can get back to the gas all the way and drive it straight down off to the line. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But there's also, you're going to have the high line that will work if the bottom's worn out a little more, or middle to high line, whatever you want to say, and a cut down line too. So there's quite a few options, and we're going to go over them all right quick. We're having a thunderstorm, so if you hear something, that's what it is. We're going to go out here first. What I've found is the fastest, so check that out right quick. Make sure you get a good run. This car's kind of tight too, so be ready for that.
.108. 12.567.
You could really try the same line in 1 and 2, but it haven't been as fast. Like you got this little cut down kind of deal, and it depends a little bit on what the track state's going to be like by the time you run on it.
12.683.
But that's the lower line I'm talking about. I think we ran a 567 there that lap. Yep, 567. So that's the best I've run so far. Now let's go out here and look at the upper. This is how you would run if you just can't get a good lap on the bottom up here around this cushion. Let's see what kind of lap time we can turn up there.
.486.
Actually, maybe close to a little bit quicker in 1 and 2. I mean 3 and 4.
572.
Actually, it was quicker, wasn't it? Almost. Let's see what a little bit lower right here will do. No, not as good.
12.
So we still ran a 5
9.
up there. So right now it's pretty even. Now we'll go out here and look at the cut down line too. So get in there and practice with it a little bit and be ready for whatever the track state's going to be.
.934.
I want to see something right quick. Just because of how I did right there on that coming to the green lap, I think that's faster.
12.37.
Yeah, that's 2/10 faster, so I'm telling you guys wrong. I didn't try the top all the way up here. Oh, I caught the wall that time.
12.449.
So that top up there wide open was 2/10 faster, so you know, maybe that's where we need to be right now. But let's go out here and run what I was telling you I was going to try as a cut down. We're going to go in at the top and drive it down to the bottom and see if that's any faster. I think we found our spot though.
.111.
That wasn't much of a cut down, but it was a little bit, so
12.5.
we really got to throw that thing in there. Yeah, that was a 5 on the other lap.
446.
the 5 cutting down, and the more we go right here, the more of a cushion we're going to build up and probably make it even better.
12.398.
Yeah, so that's that. I mean, you're going to have to get in there and see in practice, but it looks to me like the top's going to be your way to go. So change what I said originally, but you do have that option down there if the top's worn out. I don't know how the track states will be casted, so let's look at these laps real quick. This one's gonna run a little bit longer than the other one, I think. All right, so the first one, the lap, yeah, 5:67. That was our bottom lap. So let's just look at it real quick. And I'm in the wrong. How do I get in the chopper? All right. So this is the lap on the this is the lap on the bottom. And you just have to slow the car down. It's so tight too, man. I'm telling you, these things, the setup this week is super tight. But that's that. And you know, during the race, it's probably going to go to this too, where you can run this. This is my favorite line here. You go in there and let them 2 bumps just jump the car, and then when it sets down that second time, it gives it so much bite. You can just drive that thing straight down off. Pro late models like that too, and the Super you still have to pedal it, but damn, the Pro and the Limited you can just flat out after you get over those bumps, as long as you have the car set right. But all right, let's go to let's see, we ran a 486. Where we run that at? Let's see where we ran that at. Oh, that's not, never mind. Alright, so this was our fast lap on the top, where I said we were going to run a cut down, but we ended up, this is why I did that anyways, because when I went through 3 and 4 right here up top wide open, my delta was faster than the other laps, so I decided to go ahead and run the top. You want to give yourself room to get off the corner without getting into the wall, but that was our fast lap, 0.2 faster. So, but now if it's starting to slick off up there a little bit, that's probably still going to be fastest to enter up there and cut it down. So let's see, where were we at? 12.5. I think this is the lap where I tried to like cut it down a little bit. So let's see. It's coming to the green. Yeah, that was a little bit of a cut down. That wasn't much of one, but that's a little bit of one. But we only ran a 5 that lap, so just that little bit of pulling it down off the wall cost us 0.2, almost 0.2, about 1.5 really. So just keep that in mind. You know, like I say, if it's starting to slick off up here, center off, you're probably going to want to cut down if there's any grip left right there underneath. That way you get a good drive off. Don't have any wheel spin, center off. But I think that gets us covered for the Pro Late model. You're going to have a lot of options. You really need to feel it out in practice. Make sure you're ready for what you got. But let me know how it works out for you guys. This seems like the most dynamic series on Track State to me anyways. So, but alright, let's move on to the UMP modified. I'm gonna have to look. I can't remember where they're at. Limaland maybe. So, but I'll have that up here in just a second. Alright y'all, so the UMP looks kind of like the Limited. I believe we're going to have to be around the top, keeping the momentum up. You can run the cut down if you can get the car entered and turned down without catching the right rear on the wall. Now I was able to run a mid 3 on the bottom, but it just, you gotta hit it so perfect, and you know, if it's been practiced on already, I just don't know if the bottom's going to be the way to go. It seems like these cars have wanted more momentum since they did the last update, but so we're gonna run right around the top on the first lap, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about with the cut down. It's just so hard to do it without catching the right rear on the wall, but you can do it, and if you can, it may be a little bit faster. So.
13.299.
That's your top lap. That's what I've been most consistent with. Now let me go out here and show you this little cut down. Depends on where the moisture is still too, on whether you can run this or not in your qualifying, but it is an option in qualifying and the race. Really. Uh-oh, got the wall. Right there, and then get a straight drive off. But the thing about doing that is, yeah, that was a 261. The thing about doing that is, you got to do a little better in 1 and 2 than what I just did. But if you do that on lap 1, you pretty much ruin your second lap because of the angle that you take coming off of here straight down. You want to be, that's so you can be wide open and drive straight out. But
1.663.
pretty much ruin your lap 2 most of the time. But the other thing you got to watch out for is when you do cut down and drive straight off like that, right here, after you take the flag, don't let it hit the wall getting into 1 or anywhere near the flag stand, because it will throw your lap out, you know, just a little after the flag too. So I don't know the exact rules or specifications of how far away or if there is any, but I've had it throw my lap out, you know, hitting the wall well after the flag stand before. So let's get out and look at that real quick. Alright, this is our first lap here. Running the top just smooth. You gotta be so careful though not to hit the wall, and so smooth on the throttle. Really doesn't matter where you're running anymore with anything, honestly. You gotta be smooth. So let's go to the next lap. Was a 261. Let's back up. I caught the wall right here. That's what I'm talking about on entry though. Getting that cut down line. You kind of want to get the car turned. Yeah, I would have liked to have got it turned a little bit earlier so you can catch a little more of that moisture down there. But this corner was pretty good. Then you get a straight drive, but right here, that's where you got to be careful. You'll catch the wall with the right rear, or you'll catch it on into turn 1, and it will throw the lap out. So just watch that. But, you know, get in there and practice, because it's really going to be dependent on where everything wears in, or where the track generates at for your race. So be ready for anything, but probably gonna be more of a momentum thing with these cars, it seems like to me. So that wraps up the UMP. Let's go jump in the Super. I can't remember where they go either, but I'll let you know here in just a second. Alright y'all, so we're loaded into Knoxville with the super late model. So this is where we'll be next week. We were there with the open car this week, and now we'll be here with the fix next week. So pretty familiar. I can about guarantee you that you're going to qualify on the bottom. Even if the track automatically generates, there's usually like a strip on the bottom that you're going to want to hit. but I set the track on 10%. We're going to run over that bottom line, and we'll go over the line that you may use if the bottom's just not there for you, but you're probably going to want to make that bottom work, or figure out how to make it work. We're probably going to drive the car a little harder here than you will if it's, you know, the track state's generated and it's a little bit slick in the middle, but same principle. You just keep the car straight and pedal it down on the bottom. We'll still have to pedal it here. So, yeah, let's jump in there and take a look at that right quick, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Alright, y'all, let's go out here and cut a lap around the bottom real quick. You really kind of want to glue your left front nose piece to the berm. You don't want to run up on it. Maybe just barely every once in a while, especially if the track's slick, but better off to just ride it kind of. Get a good run coming here. So I mean by kind of just barely got your nose piece on there. And I'm a little more aggressive with the throttle right now just because I can be. But if it's slicked off a little bit, you're probably going to roll back to it a little easier. Our exit was a little bit better there because I did not get the nose up on that berm.
2, 4, 3.
Yeah, you're gonna. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. You kind of want to drive the car down in there because, you know, pretty hard. Drive it down in there pretty hard, but you got to do it to the point where once you let off of it, it's aimed, and then you can control it with the throttle all the way around. A little bit of steering, but the throttle is how you want to keep it down on that berm. Well, let's go out here and look at where you might run if it's slicked out up, you know, because a lot of time it'll slick out from this little light spot right here. It'll be slick, and you'll have to run just above it. And the cushion will be up there, the marbles will be up there. And it's going to be a lot slower here probably, but it's a possibility, so. We ran right through the slick, and actually this looked like it might be a little bit faster down there anyways. Let's move up a little bit and see what happens.
1, 4, 5.
It was faster, wasn't it? Let's try this.
18.226.
Well, learned something there. It was about the same really, but I mean, that just goes to show you. It's you know, different setups and stuff, and the different track states, it'll be different. You know, that just goes to show you. I was dead set on the bottom being the quick way, but we moved up there in 1 and 2, and it was faster. So always get in there and just try. You know, in your practice when you get into the race, just, you know, try the bottom, try the top, try the middle, whatever you think. But you know, you kind of need to get in there and practice before then to be prepared for how you need to run those lines, different lines. So always be ready for that. We're gonna go back out here and cut another lap just because I'm curious. This setup's a little bit different than what I'm used to running. Because the open setups last week, all week, we had a setup that will roll the bottom really good. I mean, this one does roll the bottom really good, but it just wasn't as fast. It didn't feel like. So I want to try 1 and 2 a little bit higher right here. bottom 3 and 4. It's just got too loose right there.
18.17.
Alright, that's still about the same lap time though that we turned, so one more time we're going to try the dead bottom right there and see what we can do, just because I'm curious. But you see what I'm talking about and the differences. And I'm gonna do some videos about keeping up with the track states here soon. Different tracks. Probably start off with going to the track that we're at. I killed that. Probably would have been a decent lap there, but we rolled 1 and 2 good. See, it's saying our optimals 18.1. Let's try it one more time. Set our optimals at 18.1. So we were, I think that's where we shaved a little bit of time off there. Wasn't much. Try it one more time. We're gonna end this whole thing. Nope. So 170, exactly what we turned up there on the top a minute ago. Not the top, but the middle. So, oh well. It's pretty even. So this is going to end up being whatever works out best for you if the track's like this. But you'll get in there and figure it out. Why does my replay keep changing around? Let's go back to our laps here and go to, we ran the 145? I think this was the one where we ran. Alright, so 156, that was our bottom lap. So that was our first bottom lap. Let's look at it. Just barely get that nose on there and get a good exit though. That's the main thing. It's hard. This track's shaped so weird, but I ran the nose up on there. But once you do it, you kind of got to stay on it if you want to not mess your lap up. But that was our bottom there. So yeah, this was another decent lap. I think it was a 226. So about the same amount of fall off if you hit your first lap good. So now we did the 145. That was the one where we were kind of up on the top there. Alright, let's check it. Yep, right around that berm pretty much. A lot of times that berm is the fast spot, but so we're about to groove up off of where we ran. And that may be just because the track's been run on a little bit right there, and it's got a little more grip in it. If you'll notice, when you get into a brand new practice session or something like that, the track will be kind of slimy, you know, like it would be in real life if they just wet it and nothing's raced on it, until it gets kind of packed in and gets a little bit of grip in it. So I've noticed at Knoxville that happens, you know, more, shows up more than it does other places. So, but that wraps up our qualifying guides for the week. So that means I don't have to edit 4 videos. I just have to edit 1 now. So that'll help me out. Hopefully it'll help you guys out. You can just jump to whichever one of them will you want to see, or if you want to see all of them, they're all right there. So hopefully that'll be a good thing for you. Let me take this headset off. Alright, so that wraps up our fixed qualifying series guides for the first time doing them all at one time. So hopefully that'll make it easier for you guys, and I know it's going to make it easier for me. I don't have to edit 4 videos, I just edit 1 now. So save me a little bit of time and get them all out at the same time instead of, over a couple days with work and everything. We had a lot going on, so you can just jump to whichever one of them you want to see, or if you want to see all of them, they're there. So I hope it's helping you guys out, and if there's anything I can do to give you a hand, you feel free to hit me up on Facebook or ask on YouTube or whatever, iRacing too. So don't be afraid to hit me up. I'll help you out however I can. But I appreciate you guys watching, like always, and let me know what you think about the video. The camera angle, anyways. This is not where it's gonna be. I'm gonna get a little bit of a backdrop set up and everything, so you can see some of my racing stuff in the background. I got a lot of racing stuff, helmets and trophies and die-cast cars. If I turn the camera to the left, you'd probably realize that I got a shit ton of too many die-cast cars, but I got to get everything set up still. We're in a new house, so but I like having the camera, so I can actually get, you guys can see my face and kind of see what I'm doing here. But I'm getting the pedal camera set up soon, hopefully by the end of next week. But you guys let me know if you have any suggestions, like always, and thanks for watching, and good luck this week. Go get some wins. I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.